Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. I hope you people are doing well. As part of my goal, reading holy books, one sloka a day. Here we are at day 39, sloka 39. Sorry for the pronunciation mistakes. Adharma bhi bhavat Krishna parsudayanti kulastriya struyu dusyasu varnesya jayanti varna shankaraha. So what Arjuna says here is that, oh Krishna, if this war happens, it leads to death of many men, which will affect in a long term. Whereas a lot of men are gonna lose their lives over here, and there won't be any men left to protect the women of their houses. So it's gonna be an issue for long term for the kids who left behind, because in old societies men used to teach their duties, roles and responsibilities. British brought the caste system. Before that, every family used to have a legacy in their own roles and responsibilities and duties. India never had proper caste systems. People had chosen their path, and it would be followed generations by generations. Artists son used to be artist, so we never properly had caste systems. But here Arjuna also says the last line Varna Shankaraha. Basically, these lines means kind of intercaste marriages. Many people basically try to manipulate this word and tell that Krishna was Arjuna was degrading castes and telling that it's an adharma, and it lead to downfall. But actually what he was trying to say that, for example, just imagine if one part of family used to be doctors and other part of the family used to be dancers. If when both heads of these families die in the war and these children marry with each other, they should have different rituals to follow. And between the marriage of a doctor and the artist, if just imagine their outcome, the intercaste outcome, guy becomes dancer, the medication of that family ends there, right? It wasn't about actual caste system. It was like, if people stop to follow proper way, it would have led the destruction to society. For example, let us take for in like olden days, if family A is specialist in medication preparations, and there are the only family who know maximum preparation of medications, and family B is expert in making food, and family C is expert in in dances, and family D is expert in selling things. So what generally used to happen in the olden society, each family heads used to tell the tricks or the process or the whole how to do things to the children. That's how generation by generation we were good at every domain, because it was a part of family responsibilities to follow them. It was never cast in people just manipulate media or people, whoever it is, they just manipulate the whole scenario. In the olden days, people used to learn the things. Give me an example. I'll give you the scenario. A lot of people think that uh, this guy who loses this finger, right? I forgot his name. Sorry about that. Actually, as per the Puranas, in the future he will turn into bad side. If he turn into bad side, it would be a downfall for Dharma. So that's why at that certain point that Drona has to take the finger of Ekalavya. Okay, Ekalavya was meant to, his future was meant to meet with dark side of people, Like initially he was going to be befriended with Duryodhana. Like Karna, he would be on opposite side, which is Dharma. To stop that, to stop the complication of future war, Drona has to do that. So yeah, the Varna Sankara was never meant caste discrimination. It was meant that when generation by generation families collapse without heads and there is no one to guide, the leftover will have a confusions. At the same time, if those leftover marriages and they bring a baby to this world, it will be complicated for baby. Baby can't choose one of their parents. If suppose the medical guy and the trading families marriage with each other, the baby will be confused which option to choose, which will have a mental effect on the baby by growing. It's not like they can't choose, even they choose, one family's generational legacy will end there, another family's continues. This was the Arjuna's fear. Two kinds of fear Arjuna had. One is the safety of the woman and future of the children's. It's one of the most complicated word picked out of Mahabharata and manipulated a lot. But as a small kid, as I am, I'm not small kid, yeah, I'm an adult. So caste ism was never in our Puranas. It was completely manipulated to manipulate the people because it can give, by manipulating they would gain something which we don't understand, but it was never meant to be what it was meant to be. See, if Karna had the I mean, he was capable of doing things. If Karna independently would fought with some other king and took over the land, he would have been king. See, there were different ways to acquire a kingdom in the past. So, but yeah, he was grown up in Hastinapura, so he had a dream of meeting the king. He was never wanted to be the king. He was just wanted to be recognized by people. But yeah, it was karma. It was all because of his past life. But end of the day, he's a good guy. He was like a gray side character. Okay, he was never been a bad guy. He was never been a good guy. He was a gray kind of character. So yeah, this is what this sloka has to say. And always remember, Varna Shankaraha doesn't mean caste discrimination. It was meant like when our parents, father wants us to be doctor and mother wants us to be engineer, it's gonna be complicated for us. We can't choose which one to study. We have to pick one. A person can't be. See, there are maybe some people who have done the both. That's a different story. But at the early stage, one has to pick one, right? We can't do mechanical engineering and grown in an area of mechanical engineering environment and become a doctor, right? We have to study MBBS and then become a doctor. And same time we can't do MBBS and become a mechanic, right? One has to follow the way of one duty. So Arjuna was scared that this war may not to lead to that position, so society doesn't break. So Arjuna wants to protect the society. At the same time, when war happens, the amount of men will reduce, which will lead to race in goons. When goons will raise, they will try to attack women where there would be no men to protect over there. And I am not meaning that women are not strong. Women are damn strong, but it's all quantity, right? When 100 men attack on a 10 women, what can women do? Women can protect themselves at certain level, which can cause an issue, right? If a goon kidnaps a baby and women can't do anything at that time, and even when people die, there will no one to guard the kingdom or the woman in the kingdom. Yeah, this is what this sloka has to say. Yeah, that's it. And this is my opinion. And let me know specifically this Kitam Varna Shankaraha. What is your opinion on this? What would Arjuna was meant to say over here? I would glad to love to hear this topic. I would like to. If someone says it's what caste is dumb, you are dumb. I'm openly saying you are dumb. We still want to speak about it. I'm openly ready to have a nice chat with you. And this is today's sloka's meaning. And I hope you people had a great day. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Thanks for watching my video.